remember me?
I do. Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah.
Because you requested me specifically?
Yes.
At 89, most people aren't expecting surprises. But this pizza driver was about to have the experience of a lifetime. What started as a simple delivery led him to the doors of Buckingham Palace, a place he never imagined visiting. With a pizza in hand and no clue what awaited, he stepped into a moment that would change everything. This is the story of an ordinary man caught in an extraordinary moment, proof that incredible things can happen when you least expect them. So let's get into it. Meet Derlin Nui. Derlin Nui was born in the early 1930s, growing up during an era shaped by the Great Depression and World War II. Although detailed accounts of his childhood are limited, the times he lived through were marked by hardship and resilience, qualities that would shape his character and outlook on life. Like many of his generation, Derlin learned early on the value of hard work, perseverance, and making the most of what life offered. He went on to build a career as a marketing professional, a role that demanded a unique blend of creativity, communication skills, and a genuine ability to connect with people. These skills became a signature part of Derlin's personality and later defined how he related to those he met. Throughout his professional life, Derlin was known for his warm and approachable demeanor. Colleagues and clients alike remembered him as someone who could turn a simple interaction into a meaningful connection, a trait that would resonate deeply in his later years. By 2020, Derlin Nui was living in a modest mobile home located in Roy, Utah, a small city known for its close-knit community atmosphere in Weber County. His home was simple and practical, reflecting a lifestyle shaped by frugality and necessity. While the mobile home provided Derlin with independence and a personal space, it also came with financial burdens that stretched his limited resources. Roy itself is a suburban enclave with a sense of small-town charm, nestled near Ogden. For Derlin, the area was not just a place to live, but a community he felt deeply connected to. He often remarked on familiar landmarks and people, noting in particular how many times he had driven past the Valdez family's home on his way to church. These everyday routes and encounters were part of the fabric of his life, grounding him in a network of relationships and routines that offered comfort. The financial pressures of maintaining his home, paying rent and utilities, and covering other necessary expenses weighed heavily on Derlin. Like many seniors living on fixed incomes, stretching each dollar required constant vigilance. Medical expenses, in particular, added another layer of concern. However, despite these challenges, Derlin maintained a positive outlook. His warmth and resilience made him a beloved figure in his neighborhood and among customers, who often remarked on the joy and kindness he brought to even the briefest of interactions. At the age of 89, Derlin's daily routine was anything but typical for someone his age. To supplement his modest Social Security income, he worked roughly 30 hours a week as a pizza delivery driver for Papa John's in Roy. The job was demanding, requiring both physical stamina and a sharp memory to navigate multiple deliveries across the city. Each day, Derlin would arrive at the restaurant, preparing himself mentally and physically for the shift ahead. He carefully packed the pizzas, ensuring each order was correct and ready to go. Then came the task of driving through the suburban streets of Roy, delivering hot meals to eager customers. His route was a familiar one, but each stop was an opportunity to connect. Derlin was known for his signature greeting. "Hello, are you looking for some pizza?" delivered with a genuine smile that warmed the hearts of those who answered the door. This simple phrase became his trademark, reflecting a deeper philosophy of bringing joy and kindness to every encounter. One of the highlights of his day was delivering to the Valdez family, who regularly ordered pineapple pizza, Gladys Valdez's favorite. These deliveries often extended beyond transactions. Derlin would spend extra time chatting, sharing stories about the neighborhood, and even joking about how many times he had driven past their home on his way to church. These conversations were more than just passing moments. They were meaningful exchanges that brightened both Derlin's and the family's days. Handling multiple deliveries per shift required organization and efficiency. Derlin managed cash and card payments smoothly and maintained a steady pace throughout the day, even as the physical toll of the work grew. Carrying heavy boxes, climbing stairs, and driving for hours demanded endurance. Yet Derlin faced these challenges with unwavering enthusiasm and a positive spirit. Beyond the logistics of the job, Derlin's role as a delivery driver became a social one. He was more than a courier. He was a familiar, friendly presence in the community, a man who brought not just food, but warmth, laughter, and a reminder of human connection in a fast-paced world. The fateful delivery. The Valdez family, who are popular on TikTok under the username @VendingHeads, loved having Derlin as their delivery driver. Gladys Valdez, the family matriarch, is especially fond of pineapple pizza, so the family ordered often. But it wasn't just the pizza they looked forward to. It was the friendly visits from Derlin. Unlike typical quick drop-offs, Derlin would chat with the family for a while, sharing stories about the neighborhood and joking about how many times he'd driven past their house on his way to church. These warm moments left a lasting impression on the Valdezes and made their deliveries feel special. But here's where the story takes a surprising twist. The Valdez family started recording Derlin's deliveries with their doorbell camera, without him knowing. Carlos Valdez was curious after hearing his wife call Derlin the sweetest old man. So he looked back through the footage and shared clips of Derlin's friendly greetings on their TikTok account, which had over 53,000 followers. The videos showed Derlin's genuine conversations, his smile, and his famous catchphrase, all moments that quickly captured the hearts of viewers across the internet. Suddenly, Derlin was a viral sensation. One of the videos racked up over 2.5 million views, and another got tens of thousands of likes and hundreds of comments. People were moved by Derlin's kindness, but also deeply concerned that someone his age had to work such a physically demanding job just to get by. Comments flooded in. "My heart just melted." "I want to give him a giant hug," and "How is he still working at 89?" The TikTok community wanted to do something to help, and help they did. Inspired by the overwhelming support, the Valdez family set up a fundraiser, a Venmo challenge, asking their followers to chip in small donations as a tip for Derlin. The response was incredible. In just a few days, they raised over $12,000. On September 22, 2020, Carlos Valdez, his wife, and their daughter visited Derlin's small mobile home to deliver the surprise. They presented the money in an empty pizza box, along with a t-shirt printed with Derlin's signature greeting. Overcome with emotion, Derlin tearfully thanked them, saying, "How do I ever say thank you? I don't know what to say." This moment was shared on TikTok and picked up by news outlets, shining a spotlight on Derlin's story. Beyond the viral fame and generosity, Derlin's story raised awareness about the struggles many elderly people face, working hard because their retirement income isn't enough. Journalist Yashar Ali remarked that an 89-year-old has to deliver pizza to pay his bills should cause us great shame. The Valdez family summed it up simply: "We just need to treat people with kindness and respect the way he does. He stole our hearts." Derlin, who once worked in marketing, plans to invest the generous gift wisely, hoping to live a long, comfortable life, perhaps as long as his father, who lived to 103. His story reminds us all how small acts of kindness can create ripples far beyond the doorstep, viral fame and community response. Viewers soon realized that behind Derlin's cheerful demeanor was a tough reality. Many were shocked to learn that despite being 89 years old, Derlin still had to work physically demanding hours as a pizza delivery driver because his Social Security check of about $700 a month wasn't enough to cover rent and basic needs. Comments poured in expressing heartbreak and disbelief. "It breaks my heart that he has to work at his age." And "Why is such a sweet man still delivering pizzas at 89? The story struck a chord beyond just social media. Journalist Yashar Ali pointed out that Nui's situation should cause us great shame, shining a light on a systemic issue many elderly people face, having to keep working due to insufficient retirement income. This deep empathy inspired people to act. The outpouring of love and concern on TikTok turned into a powerful wave of support. Viewers asked, "How can we help him?" And "Can we start a fundraiser?" Seeing the overwhelming response from their followers, the Valdez family decided to create a Venmo fundraising challenge. They encouraged people to donate whatever they could to give Derlin a meaningful tip and show him how much he was appreciated. What followed was an incredible display of kindness and generosity. In just a few days, thousands of people contributed, raising a total of $12,069.71, far beyond what anyone expected. On September 22, 2020, Carlos Valdez, his wife, and their daughter went to Derlin's modest mobile home to surprise him with the collected funds. They presented the money inside an empty pizza box, a fitting and heartfelt gesture, along with a T-shirt printed with Derlin's signature greeting. The moment was emotional. Derlin, overwhelmed with gratitude, tearfully said, "How do I ever say thank you? I don't know what to say." This touching scene was captured on video and shared widely, amplifying the story even more. Major media outlets like KSL-TV and People covered the event, spreading awareness about Derlin's story and the power of kindness fueled by social media. Beyond the viral fame and generous donations, Derlin Nui's story brought attention to a larger issue. It revealed how many older Americans struggle financially and have to continue working into old age. The Valdez family emphasized a simple truth: we just need to treat people with kindness and respect the way he does. Derlin's journey shows us that a small act, whether a warm greeting or a shared story, can create a ripple effect, inspiring an entire community to come together and make a real difference. The surprise fundraiser. What started as a hopeful effort quickly became something much bigger. Donations came pouring in from all over the country, with people touched by Derlin's positive spirit and saddened by his need to keep working at his age. Contributions ranged from modest gifts to generous sums, showing a nationwide wave of empathy and kindness. In just a few days, the fundraiser surpassed all expectations, raising an astonishing $12,069.71 from thousands of supporters. On September 22, 2020, the Valdez family, joined by their daughter and a KSL-TV news crew, made a heartfelt surprise visit to Derlin's mobile home in Roy, Utah. They presented the funds inside an empty pizza box, an affectionate nod to Derlin's job, along with a T-shirt bearing his famous greeting, "Hello, are you looking for some pizza?" The emotional moment was captured on video and shared widely on TikTok. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Derlin tearfully said, "How do I ever say thank you? I don't know what to say." This heartfelt scene was covered by local and national media, including KSL-TV, People, and The Washington Post, shining a spotlight on the power of community generosity. This fundraiser not only changed Derlin's life, but also demonstrated how kindness can ripple across social media, inspiring countless people to come together and make a real difference. The emotional reveal. Derlin had no idea what awaited him. The surprise caught him off guard in the most beautiful way. When the family presented the check, the weight of the moment hit him instantly. For a man who had been working tirelessly for decades, often 30 hours a week, delivering pizzas just to make ends meet, the generosity was overwhelming. His eyes filled with tears and his voice trembled as he struggled to absorb the magnitude of this outpouring of support from strangers across the country. The emotional power of the moment was palpable, reflecting the deep appreciation of a community that had been touched by his warmth. As the camera rolled, capturing this unforgettable scene, Derlin struggled to put his feelings into words. Through tears, he said softly, "How do I ever say thank you? I don't know what to say." These simple words spoke volumes. They conveyed his humility and surprise at receiving such kindness after years of quiet, dedicated work. The video of his tearful gratitude spread rapidly across social media, touching the hearts of millions. Viewers saw in Derlin not just a delivery driver but a symbol of perseverance and the kindness that can flourish in small moments. The funds raised through the Venmo challenge were more than just a tip. They represented a lifeline. Derlin's monthly Social Security income of roughly $700 was not enough to cover his rent, utilities, and medical expenses. Like many elderly Americans, he faced financial pressures that made continuing to work a necessity, not a choice. A retired marketing professional, Derlin expressed plans to use the money wisely, considering investing it in a mutual fund to secure his future. He spoke fondly of his father, who lived to 103, hoping for similar longevity. This gift, then, was both immediate relief and a hopeful step toward long-term stability. The surprise visit itself was filled with touching moments beyond the check and T-shirt. The Valdez family shared stories and laughter with Derlin, celebrating not only the financial support but the connection that had blossomed through their repeated interactions. The simple act of delivering pizza had evolved into a profound relationship built on mutual respect and kindness. The media coverage that followed brought even more attention to Derlin's story, shining a light on the broader issue of many seniors needing to work well into old age to survive. His experience sparked conversations about the gaps in social safety nets and the importance of supporting the elderly in meaningful ways. Yet amid this serious reflection, Derlin's story remained a powerful testament to the impact of compassion. It reminded people everywhere that a warm smile and a caring heart can inspire change far beyond a single doorstep. For Derlin Nui, this emotional reveal was not just a moment of generosity. It was a celebration of a life marked by dignity, kindness, and quiet strength. It showed that sometimes the simplest gestures can lead to the most profound transformations. And for the countless people who watched and shared his story, it became a hopeful reminder of what community and humanity can achieve when they come together. Impact and legacy. The story of Derlin Nui, an 89-year-old pizza delivery driver from Roy, Utah, started as a simple, heartwarming TikTok video but grew into something far greater, a powerful testament to kindness, community, and the extraordinary ripple effects social media can create. What began with the Valdez family's genuine appreciation for a friendly delivery man transformed into a nationwide movement of generosity that profoundly changed Derlin's life and left a lasting legacy that continues to inspire even years later. At 89, most people expect to be enjoying retirement, surrounded by family or pursuing hobbies. But for Derlin Nui, reality was much different. Despite his advanced age, he worked about 30 hours a week delivering pizzas for Papa John's to supplement a Social Security check of only $700 a month. That amount fell far short of covering his rent, medical bills, utilities, and daily expenses. The physical demands of the job, navigating neighborhood streets, climbing steps, and carrying heavy pizza boxes, would be challenging for anyone, let alone someone nearing 90. Yet Derlin approached his work with an unshakable positivity and kindness, earning him genuine affection from customers like the Valdez family. The fundraiser initiated by the Valdezes through their TikTok account at Vending Heads marked a turning point in Derlin's life. Thousands of people nationwide contributed small donations that quickly amassed to a remarkable $12,069.71. For Derlin, a retired marketing professional, this financial boost offered a newfound sense of security. He shared plans to invest the money in a mutual fund, inspired by his father's longevity, living well past 100 years, and hopeful for similar stability. Most importantly, the funds helped reduce the pressure on Derlin to work long hours just to survive, while he continued part-time deliveries, which he genuinely enjoyed for the human connections they brought. The money allowed him to cut back his hours significantly and focus more on his health and well-being. This collective act of kindness demonstrated the power of community support to tackle real-life struggles faced by seniors living on fixed incomes. It became a compelling example of how grassroots generosity can make an immediate, meaningful difference in someone's quality of life. For Carlos and Gladys Valdez, along with their daughter, their role in Derlin's story brought unexpected joy and a profound sense of purpose. What started as simple TikTok posts capturing their favorite pizza delivery drivers, warm greetings, and signature phrase, "Hello, are you looking for some pizza?" soon snowballed into a viral sensation. Watching their videos touch the hearts of thousands, the Valdezes felt a responsibility and an incredible opportunity to help. Launching the Venmo fundraiser was their way of turning admiration into action. The overwhelming response from the TikTok community reaffirmed their belief in the power of kindness and human connection. When they visited Derlin's home to deliver the funds, the emotional moment was a reminder of the deep bonds that can form from everyday interactions. The Valdezes reflected on how a small act, welcoming a familiar face at the doorstep, had grown into something that transformed a man's life and inspired countless others. For them, this experience wasn't just about raising money. It was about showing respect, gratitude, and dignity to someone who deserved so much more than a paycheck. Their joy came from knowing they helped bring relief and recognition to a man who had quietly been a beacon of warmth in their community. Derlin's journey resonated far beyond social media followers and local news reports. It sparked important conversations about the realities faced by many elderly Americans. His story brought to light the gaps in social safety, nets, and the challenges seniors endure when forced to work physically demanding jobs simply to pay bills. Journalists and commentators highlighted the broader systemic issues illustrated by Derlin's experience. As journalist Yashar Ali put it, that an 89-year-old has to deliver pizza to pay his bills should cause us great shame. The story prompted reflection on how society supports, or fails to support, its aging population. It became a case study in the urgent need for improved retirement security and better healthcare support for vulnerable seniors. At the same time, Derlin's story reminded everyone of the human side behind these policy debates. Beyond statistics and reports, it was a tale of a man who faced adversity with grace and kindness. His warmth touched not just his customers' doorsteps, but also the hearts of thousands who watched his story unfold online. Years after the viral videos and fundraising, Derlin Nui's story continues to be shared and celebrated across social media. Posts commemorating his positivity and perseverance keep circulating, reminding new generations of the power of small acts of kindness. Hashtags like Papa Derlin and kindness ripple keep his memory alive, encouraging others to emulate his spirit. The Valdez family's TikTok account still serves as a beacon of community connection, often featuring updates and messages inspired by Derlin's legacy. For many, his story symbolizes hope and the potential for social media to do good, beyond entertainment, beyond trends, into real-life impact. Derlin himself became a quiet role model for those struggling with financial insecurity and aging, demonstrating that dignity and resilience can coexist even in difficult circumstances. His decision to invest the fundraiser money wisely showed foresight and responsibility, inspiring others to think about securing their futures. Derlin Nui's impact goes beyond the immediate relief the fundraiser provided. It illustrates how one person's kindness and positivity, when amplified by a caring community, can ignite a movement of generosity and awareness. His story offers lessons about empathy, the value of human connection, and the importance of supporting those who built the foundations of society. As we reflect on his journey through 2025 and beyond, Derlin's life reminds us all: sometimes the simplest acts, a smile, a friendly greeting, a genuine conversation, can have profound, far-reaching effects. And, in a world often divided and distracted, stories like his are essential reminders of our shared humanity. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who needs a little unexpected joy today. And don't forget to follow for more amazing true stories that remind us how special everyday moments can be.